please welcome to the mat, representing Autos Jiu-Jitsu, it is Nikki Sullivan. And her opponent, representing the Firm MMA, it is Gillian the Savage Robertson. Our first round continues here in the Bantamweight division, Combat Jiu-Jitsu tournament. Gillian Robertson taking on Nikki Sullivan, TJ DeSantis, Brandon McCatherine, live in Cancun. This is the world premiere of Medusa on UFC Fight Pass.
This is a phenomenal matchup. This is a real style clash, too. Nikki, so good from the bottom position. She's so flexible. She inverts. She attacks the legs at a super high level. But Gillian, ultra experienced in fighting on the ground with strikes. So,
yeah, Robertson, someone that you see often fighting in the octagon in the UFC and has made a name for herself there. Exciting
Nikki's
to
got
see
a grip.
her.
Hey, Nikki's got a grip right here. She could work on a knee bar here. She could work on the honey hole position. Gillian, aware of it, she's keeping her left arm, tied up on the inside, and Nikki has to bail. Gillian with that forward pressure, trying to pass the guard here of Nikki Sullivan.
And Robertson has been active in the grappling scene as well. Seen her compete on Fight Pass for Submission Underground.
And she's looked great on Submission Underground, too.
Excited to see her in Combat Jiu-Jitsu. And Nikki Sullivan has been a staple here for us, whether it be EBI or now tonight Medusa, Combat Jiu-Jitsu. It's exciting. You get to see these personalities evolve and really become proven commodities here on the mat.
And I like that we get to see a lot of these girls and a lot of our competitors on the Combat Jiu-Jitsu shows as well, over and over. So we get to watch this, like you said, we get to watch them evolve. We get to watch them become the next thing. Like the Juliana Miller match that we just saw. Here's a great attack here from Nikki. The Juliana Miller versus Bia match that we just saw. We've gotten to watch Juliana almost grow up with us right here,
right, with
the Combat Jiu-Jitsu rule set, and to see her get that win was just, and how emotional she was, that was just a huge moment. Somebody's got to clip her on the mat going, anything is possible.
Right, yeah. Right now, Nikki Sullivan playing the leg game here with Gillian Robertson. 2 minutes down in regulation.
Strikes from the top by Gillian. Nikki working on that leg. Gillian using the right arm to frame out. Nikki locking up a toe hold, but she's just going to try to use that to move into a better position. She didn't really have the knee line. Kick away there from Nikki.
Oy. Nice right hand there by the Savage. And Gillian Robertson representing the Firm MMA.
And here comes some rubber guard from Nikki.
Head coach over at the Firm, Dean Thomas. And, of course, Nikki Sullivan, the Autos product.
Yeah, and Nikki's an Autos product now, but she came up at Nice Guy submission fighting out in the country out there. And they're phenomenal leg lockers out there. A lot of guys that we've seen on the big stage. I think about Joe Bays is, one of the most underrated submission fighters and leg lockers in the world. And she came with that tutelage and then moved out to Autos to round her game out and to finish her training. And well, I say finish her training, but to continue her training. And that's been a great move for her. She's really leveled her game up.
It's never done, training, is it?
No, and you never want it to be done. Like a martial artist, they want to train that's the part they like, is the training. It's the constant seeking of excellence, the constant desire to improve self. And martial arts really is like the best vehicle that I've ever found for that. Specifically jiu-jitsu. Nikki working on a high guard here. As she sits up, she could attack a Kimura here. She could attack a guillotine. She could fall back and start attacking the shoulder here with some rubber guard type plays. Or if Gillian postures up too much, she might get caught with a hip bump sweep right there. And now Nikki going back into her rubber guard here, and her left arm's already on the other side of the head. She needs to pull her forearm down and make a frame with her forearm on this side of Gillian's neck. Good look at the omoplata there. Gillian defends well. It's a great match.
Oh, nice. Left hand finds a home there by the Savage, Gillian Robertson. We've seen Sullivan invert multiple times as these two ladies now exchange some right hands. But Robertson really hasn't made her pay too much. That was always the thing about jiu-jitsu. People going for the legs like this in MMA was everyone said you're going to be punished if you go there. Combat jiu-jitsu, you can still be punished, but so far so good here for Nikki Sullivan on a toe
Here's a good
hold.
bite. She's got the knee trapped. Her positioning is good. She's got a good toe hold. She's bending it towards the butt. Gillian not really even thinking about addressing it, but she better start paying attention to this knee bar on the other side here. If she keeps pulling her knee back into that danger zone there. And now
Halfway
here's
point
the
of
knee bar
regulation.
switch. Toe hold, knee bar, back and forth. Switching off to the knee bar. That's pretty tight.
There's the tap. Nikki Sullivan in regulation gets the knee bar submission of Gillian Robertson. She is on her way to the semifinals. Nikki Sullivan getting it done here in Cancun. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 5 minutes and 10 seconds into regulation, now on our way to the semifinals of this Combat Jiu-Jitsu Bantamweight tournament. Put your hands together for Nikki Sullivan. Nikki Sullivan stops the UFC veteran Gillian Robertson via knee bar in regulation. I mentioned, B-Mac, she was going for the legs multiple times. Robertson was unable to survive all the storms, and the knee bar gets it done here for Sullivan.
Yeah, that was a just classic knee bar toe hold combo. Think about Dean Lister whenever you see that combo. If the knee bar is there, the toe hold is there. And, man, great job by Nikki, just persistent at going underneath and attacking the legs.
Nikki Sullivan victorious. We'll see her take on Juliana Miller later tonight in our Combat Jiu-Jitsu Bantamweight semifinal. More CJJ action is headed your way next. It's Medusa on UFC Fight Pass.